Secretary of Defense James Mattis says he has no doubt the Syrian government is responsible for the chemical attack that killed 89 people last Tuesday in Idlib province.
It was very clear that the Assad regime planned it, orchestrated it, and executed it. And beyond that, we can't say right now. We know what I just told you. We don't know anything beyond that. We have gone back through and looked at all the evidence we can, and it is very clear who planned this attack, who authorized this attack, and who conducted this attack itself. That we do know, with no doubt whatsoever.
Well, the 4-page report comes from the White House. Now, it's a declassified report, and it actually goes as far as to accuse the Syrian and Russian governments of attempting to disseminate what they're calling a, quote, false narratives. They're talking about false narratives regarding the chemical attack. Now, the document was prepared by the National Security Council, and interestingly, it does not say where they got their evidence. It only refers to what they call, quote, credible open source reporting. It goes on to say that it cannot publicly release all intelligence, and furthermore that it is trying to protect its sources and methods. Now, Russia continues to call for a thorough, independent, objective investigation into the chemical attack to get to the bottom of what actually happened so that the international community can operate on the basis of established facts. Now, at this point, the United Nations says that an investigation can only happen after the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons completes its investigation.
The fact-finding mission of the OPCW began looking into the incidents, the horrific incidents that we saw. They are going on their work. The way this works is that once they're able to confirm that there have been the use of chemical weapons, then the joint UN OPCW joint investigative mechanism kicks in.
Now, the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, the OPCW, says that there are 12 sites in which chemical weapons could be stored, and that they have investigated 10 out of these 12 sites and not found any chemical weapons. Now, the 2 remaining sites, they say, are in a rebel-held territory, and they're not able to access them because they're under the control of rebels, not under the control of the Syrian government. Now, at this point, Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned that more chemical attacks could currently be in the works in Syria. Let's take a listen to what the Russian president had to say.
We have reports from multiple sources that false flags like this one, and I cannot call it otherwise, are being prepared in other parts of Syria, including the southern suburbs of Damascus. They plan to plant some chemicals there and accuse the Syrian government of an attack. We think that any such incident has to be thoroughly investigated.
Now, allegations continue to fly, and the international situation in response to the chemical attack is escalating. However, at this moment, still we do not have the clear established facts on which to say what actually took place. The document, while not explaining where the evidence came from and what their evidence is and what they're basing it on, it does call for Assad to be punished, interestingly. And then later at the White House press briefing, we heard Press Secretary Sean Spicer go as far as to compare Syrian President Bashar Assad to Adolf Hitler.
We didn't use chemical weapons in World War II. You know, you had someone as despicable as Hitler who didn't even sink to using chemical weapons.